Exactly.
Woo!
Oh my
Happy
gosh.
weekend, everybody!
Yeah. The show's
Oh,
gonna start here soon.
and
And
my,
I guess
my
we're
last my last weekend wasn't as bad. Last weekend
yeah.
it wasn't as bad.
Yeah.
I did shove flame in my face. I shoved a lot of that, but other than that, not a lot going on.
A
Mm,
whole lot going on.
mm. What a wild ride these past 2 weeks have been.
Indeed.
You know who I bet is going to watch us tonight?
Susan.
No, no, no. I think she's actually going to bed. Um,
Oh.
my sister, who is
Oh
actually
yeah.
at the party, yeah, she's
Yes.
she's she's gonna be there.
She's probably this one that's watching right now. I see we
She
have one viewer.
she actually asked last Friday morning. I get a text immediately. Is there something wrong? Where were you guys last night? And I was like, oh, well, there was a big to do downtown. It was,
Yeah.
Cincinnati Black Directors event.
Yep.
So we didn't do our show, and I was like, oh, okay.
Okay.
I think she was afraid for us.
Oh yeah. We're, we're loved. We're loved.
We are.
It feels good to be loved.
It does.
Yep. So welcome everyone to another Slanted Brow show.
Hi.
Yay! Hey, I am Bernard Fields. I'm 1/3 of the Slanted Brow.
I'm Chris Gordy. I am another third of the Slanted Brow, and this is
Shakina, who is not here, who's the other third, but hopefully she'll pop up sometime tonight.
there you
But
go.
if not,
There you go.
we are the Slanted Brow show coming to you every Thursday night from 9 until 10. And tonight, we're just going to have a good time. Nothing
Yeah,
but
we
good
are.
vibes. There's
Mm-hmm.
too much wrong in the world, and we don't want to give
Yeah,
it
there
any
is.
more light. So we're
Mm-mm.
just going to have good times talking
Mm-hmm.
about good stuff tonight.
Talking
So,
about things that we've done for the past couple of weeks.
yes.
Some of them great, some of them really not so smart, but things that we did
Yes.
regardless.
Yeah, that
Mm-hmm.
that definitely. I say it took me back some decades of just living a life of just adventure. You
Yeah.
know, it felt
Yep.
like a life of no responsibilities. I felt like a
No.
like a kid again or a teenager again, just
Mm-hmm.
living life, and it felt so good to do that
Yeah.
just for a weekend.
Mm.
Just for a weekend. So let's go ahead and get the show on the road with I guess the what's been good.
All right. I'll start it out.
All right.
So I don't know if I mentioned this the last time because it's been a couple of weeks,
Okay.
but I did have a script that landed on it was selected for this independent film festival.
Yeah.
So I've been really excited about that. And then today, and I texted this to you earlier today. I'm
Mm-hmm.
actually not kidding. I have been waiting all day to see if my script has been selected for the International Film Festival in Istanbul. Not Constantinople, but Istanbul.
Istanbul.
Not Constantinople. Istanbul, Constantinople. No, it's Istanbul. Yeah, so I've been waiting all day, and I haven't heard. And of course, right now, let's see, it's 4 o'clock in the morning on the 13th. There, right now, still
Ooh.
waiting.
Oh,
I'm
Friday the
still waiting.
13th? Is this Friday the 13th?
Yeah, tomorrow is.
Oh, okay.
That's right, isn't it?
It is Friday the 13th.
Oh, man, we should have waited to do our show tomorrow.
That would have been awesome. That would have been different.
That would have been different. That would have been different.
A Friday the 13th special.
We could do like a Halloween special.
We can. And you know what? We should do a Halloween. Does Halloween fall on Thursday
No, it
this
falls on a
year?
Saturday.
Okay, but we can still do one.
We could still do some kind of live thing
Yeah.
on Halloween.
Like,
Everybody leave us some comments. Do you want us to do a Halloween thing?
yeah,
Do you want to see us
let us
scare
know.
small children? Well,
Live stream it.
that kind of goes without. Everybody wants to see us do that, you know.
And
But no,
you
I
know
guess
what?
what?
I was gonna say we could do that. I mean, like if we wanted to go out and like live stream from our phones, I can kind of get things started here and then log onto my phone and then just hit the streets and we can just do like, I don't know, something different.
Yeah. Yeah. I could have somebody hold my phone in the street while I eat fire in front of passerbys,
Ooh, ooh,
blow flames at children while
ooh,
they walk by.
ooh.
That'd be
Fried,
fun.
fried smoky children.
Fried youngins. Yep.
Ooh, fried youngins.
Fried youngins.
Sauteed youngins.
Mmm.
Oh man.
What is it we call chicken wings? What is that?
Saucy nugs.
Saucy nugs. That's what I'm gonna make.
That
A
just
bunch
doesn't
of
sound so good.
walking saucy nugs.
Because they wet their pants.
Oh! Well, now nobody wants to see the show.
Oh man.
If we were doing the at-home edition of our game,
Yeah.
people would be drinking right now.
Oh God, they would.
Oh yeah.
They would be like this. Listen.
Yes, it would be. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, they're already talking about burning children and eating them, so let's go ahead and have a drink.
So you're saying that now it's going to be about 4:30 over in Istanbul.
Oh, it is.
And it's going to be a possibility that your script is going to get picked.
There is a possibility. So I'm really excited. I've actually sent it out to like 5 different places to be judged. But this one I'm actually really excited about. And I was looking at all the entries that you can get, and one of them was, here's a little sign, that you get on my account if I was, at least nominated for something. And I'm like, you know what, for an international event, yeah, I'll be happy with that. I'll be more than happy with that. So
especially
So hey Joshua, thank you.
Yo, the bro.
So that's what's been good with me. Well,
Cool.
There are other things, but we'll talk about those.
Awesome. For myself, I think it was a couple Saturdays ago, I filmed my short film called Super Just Super.
Yes,
and that was a big accomplishment for me because that was self-funded, produced as far as, getting the troops together, written, and also directed / DP'd with Silas Tibbs on the project, and now I'm editing it, and it's coming together quite well. Like, I'm actually pretty pleased with it.
Good.
It's just a matter of just making sure that everything is fine-tuned. I have some VFX shots in there. I got people falling from the sky to their death, and you actually see it. It's like, this is not like you hear it off camera, like you actually see a person fall from the sky.
Good.
So pulling that shot off, it was a challenge, I would say, that I was looking forward to doing because I played it before in my mind several times on how to do it. So shooting it, I was a little nervous going in, but I was confident. Like, I know what to do. I've seen too many tutorials on how it has been done and pulled off. And some others, some other fun stuff. I don't want to give anything away, but my hope is to have this short film released by the first week of September. So I have 2 more weeks, and then we'll release it to the world, and it's going to be awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that is awesome.
Yeah. Josh says, Bernard, the photos I saw of some of the process look so creative. I can't wait. Thank you so much. I can't wait to show the world my ugly baby. Like, here's my kid. You know how it is. It's like you love your kid. Your kid is the most beautiful kid in the world, but everybody's just like, oh.
Everybody else thinks it looks like Winston Churchill. Yep. We all know.
But no, in all seriousness, though, I have the utmost confidence in believing that people will feel very entertained watching this short film. Um,
Cool.
and
Nice.
yeah,
Well, I can hardly wait to
so
see it. I want
yeah,
to see what's
yeah,
happening there.
yeah, for sure. Let's see what else we have here. Let's jump. I have several topics here.
We do.
Um,
We do. We've
gosh,
had
like
we've had a wild couple of weeks.
we've had truly a wild couple weeks. And you know what, Chris? You want to just jump 2 feet into your weekend, or should we do it in chronological order with the improv?
I say we should do things in chronological order.
All right, well, let's go to the improv.
Yeah,
So
because the
there,
last time everybody saw us was 2 weeks ago on a Thursday, and it was you and
right?
me, and we
Yep,
were telling everybody, hey, if you're looking for fun, and you should really come by the Evendale Cultural Arts Center tomorrow night. We're going to be doing the improv show. It's only $10 a ticket. Yada yada
yep.
yada. Yeah, and then we did it.
And it was
Woo!
a hit. It was a hit. We had a great
Yeah,
turnout, a great crowd.
yeah. There
Vaslav
were
was oh, he was expecting like 20 people, but it was like way more than that.
we Sue counted about 50 people there. So yeah, and that was for our first show.
Yep,
So that was not bad, and it was really only supposed to be an hour and a half,
yeah,
and it went over 2 hours.
unbelievable,
Yeah, and
unbelievable. But
and that wasn't because we wanted to go over 2 hours. It was because everybody was giving us more things to do on stage.
yeah,
That's actually why we were there over the 2 hours. That wasn't our idea. Not our
nope.
idea.
But we enjoyed it. Like it opened up with us all being in a row,
Yes.
with Vaslav being in the middle, and he
Mm-hmm.
was playing a disgruntled type of know-it-all host
Yeah.
of a show, and he went down the line and was like, just react to me, and we
Mm-hmm.
all had our characters that we made up because in improv you have no idea what your partner is
No.
going to do. The only thing you can hope and wish for is that they serve you correctly.
I actually thought of my character for that scene
Mm-hmm.
way before I went in the building. Because it was somebody that I knew that it doesn't matter what he throws at me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be funny.
Right.
So I'm good. I'm fine. So I was okay with that one. I was okay. I was
But
okay.
it was good. It was good. And it's like
Oh
everybody was on. Like
yeah.
literally nobody was off at all. Like there was no
No.
moments where people was like, "Oh, I bombed it." Like zero.
No. No, there wasn't any bombing. There was one scene that I had with Alicia that they gave to us, and we were like, "What?" Because it was like we were supposed to be. What was it? We were supposed to be lovers in a space station
Oh my god.
that's
That was up in space.
crashing, and we're afraid of heights. And I don't know why, but there's a volcano involved.
Yes.
And
That
then
was so good.
and then Vaslav says, "Did you guys get it?" And we're like, "No."
Yep. I remember you said that. I was like, "Oh god, this is going to be good."
So they had to say it again, and so
Uh,
we're doing everything, and then we get down, and then I said, and then instead of crashing, I said, "Oh, there's a volcano out here." Alicia takes my cue and says, "I've always wanted to go to Hawaii." Oh, well, let's go. We walked out. I looked right at everybody because we were supposed to die. You thought we were going to die, didn't you? Walk
oh my
away.
god. So good. Breaking the fourth wall. That was,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and improving it at the same time, it was almost as if like they written it, folks. Like I wish you were all there to see it. I swear you would have been like, there's no way they just like winged that. And they clearly did. Like I saw you guys plummeting down from space, breaking the atmosphere, the stratosphere, like all the spheres you were going through. And like they sold it. Like I felt as if like the heat was going all around you. You guys was like, ah! And then it was like, oh, it's not
well,
that bad of a landing.
I like Hawaii. Let's get out. Now I will say that last scene that you did with Amber, that was the
Oh,
one that sold my son to you. He told me flat out, well, that's why I voted for him. I watched him laugh at that scene. I was watching it and I was like, dude, if you can make my 12-year-old laugh, well, you did a good job. Kudos to you, sir.
Thank you so much. I passed, and we played a drug dealer at a carnival.
Yes.
With Catwoman
Yeah.
there to stop me.
Yeah. And I don't know. I love the fact that she would like fight you off, and then she was on the floor being a cat. It's like, what the hell? And it was, and here you are. And at one point, you were throwing. Were you not like you were throwing?
Yeah, I was throwing drugs at everybody. Yeah, I was like drugs for everybody. Like that was like my superpower was throwing drugs for my stomach.
And then Amber would just like get on the ground, and just like stretching her leg like a cat, and I'm like, what the?
Right. What's going on? She was cracking her whip at one point, and then she was like,
and then after that, it's like she didn't care. Yep. It's like, well, it's not stopping him. I'm just going to lay down and lick my fur. It was great.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I think one of my favorites that I enjoyed was with what was the guy's name? I forgot his name. God darn it, slipped my mind. John. Was it John? Not Jonathan. John. No.
Was it Jonathan Lee?
Not Jonathan Lee, the other guy that was there with us.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What's his name? I can't remember. Slips my mind. But anyways, we were given a word and we had to act out, what the definition was. Oh. And this guy had he was a small talker or something like that.
Yes.
And I was introducing the world, the audience. So this is like he was this profound, speaker. And then he gets up there and he says thank you very much, folks. I was like, oh, brilliant. Because I didn't think he was going to, I thought he was going to actually give a little bitty speech. But when he said, that's all, folks, I was like.
I watched that. And the only thing that I could think of, because, when you're watching because folks, when you're not out there performing, mm-hmm. you're back watching them. And so you're always trying to think to yourself, well, how would I do that?
Right.
So you're always trying to challenge yourself. And the only thing that I could think of was if it was me that had to come up and do that, I was going to go up there and I was going to talk like this, everybody. And thank you and good night. And I was just going to leave.
Right.
So, I mean, what he did was perfect. It was absolutely perfect.
Yeah,
it was perfect.
It was.
One of my favorite scenes of the night to do was Fred Corleone.
Oh my God!
And we had to do. So I was tasked. You were in that scene.
Yes, I was with you. Yeah.
So Alicia and I were, well, and you too. We were mafia people. And Bernard's character had to have had an affair with Alicia, who is married. Now, he didn't say who Alicia had to be married to. So what we were given was an object. It was a bobblehead, and it was a Fred Corleone bobblehead from The Godfather.
Right. Yep.
So I decided that the little doll is that's who she's going to be married to. And we walked out there and I told Alicia, I said, you got to hold the doll's hand as we walk out there. And so here comes Bernard and he's talking to Alicia about, oh, my love for you. And then Bernard starts looking at me like, you don't understand. And finally I looked at him and said, you have to actually talk to the doll. Don't talk to me.
Yeah. And so I go into this whole rant about like I'll strike a deal with you if you let me sell drugs in this neighborhood, then I'll let you live or some crap, and also give me your woman.
Yeah.
Just some real ballsy stuff, just off the
Hmm.
wall.
Oh, that doll was not going to have any part of it.
Oh, no. Oh,
No.
but that doll did give me the business.
Yo, yes. That doll beat you to a pulp. You were beat about your head and neck by that doll. And
And I
there's a
couldn't believe
picture.
it.
And there's a picture too of the doll beating you up.
I took two punches and was like, wait a second, hold on, wait, I wasn't ready.
Do you like the way I had the doll just come at you like,
Yes.
eh?
The crowd loved it. The crowd fell out. They were like, oh my goodness, these people.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what would help me out with a lot of that improv is just taking my mind back to when I was a kid and
Mm-hmm.
just playing games and like, imagining things and playing these toys up to be so much bigger than life,
Yeah.
to where you just
Oh,
get
yeah.
lost in the moment. So unlocking that inner child and just feeling like nobody's watching you.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a key to your success with improv. It's like don't overthink it. Kids don't overthink
No.
when they're playing games. They will take a stick and make you
Mhm.
believe that it's like the thing that's going to save the world,
Mm-hmm.
and you wind up believing it. Like you're an adult, you look at it and you be like, okay, I believe it. This kid believes it. So
Oh, yeah. Well, it's the old adage, dance, whenever you want to dance like there's nobody watching.
yep,
So, and that's what you have to do. If you're it's like what I have always said. And actually I said this in an interview that I just had published
oh
the other
yeah,
day.
that was so good.
Oh, thank you. But one of the things that I said in there was, a lot of times when you're acting, and people say, "Oh, are you going to go there this time?" Oh, you're always going to go there. Always picture yourself in a corner and there's nowhere else to get out. You might as well just go for it. You
Yep,
just might as well just come out swinging and just give it all
yeah,
she's got. And that
yeah,
especially holds true in improv. What have you got to lose? What do you have to lose?
exactly.
Nothing. It's improv. You
Nothing,
got nothing to
nothing
lose.
else.
You already lost. You already lost
Oh,
it because you're on stage now. It's done.
right,
You already
exactly.
lost. You got nothing left. Just do it.
That's all. That's all that is left for you to do. And I would
Mhm.
say, like, to your point, I actually had to split the crown, which I actually have right here.
Mhm. Oh, there you go. Oh, you have the split. The Burger
Yep,
King crown.
the
I
Burger
like that.
King crown, the split between myself and Alicia. And to what Chris was saying, when you put yourself in a corner, you just gotta paint. You gotta get yourself out of it.
Yep.
That's what I did with the dance, because that's how I got
Mhm.
half the crown. It's like I got to the point where I was like, you know what, shirt's coming off, dude.
Yeah.
It's just coming off. Like I have
Do
nothing
whatever you got.
to lose
Yep.
and all to gain. So
Mhm.
took my shirt off and helicoptered that baby around and felt like I was, Magic Mike, and
Mhm.
and got
There
half a
was
crown
there is something that I would have done if it was me, and I'm not going to say it.
for the dance off.
Yep. There's something that because I was watching you two and I thought, you know what I would do?
What would you do, Chris?
Nope.
Oh,
Nope. If it ever comes down to that someday, you'll see what it is.
well, we're gonna make sure that day comes in October.
Oh, that's right, because there's another one in October. Everybody, so don't think that this was like a once in a lifetime show.
No,
It was not. So there's going to be another show in October. Man, I wish I could remember the date because he said the date. It's late October,
right?
like in
Was
the
it the
20s,
was it the 23rd?
something like that. Yeah,
I want to say
it'd
it's
be on a
October
Friday
23rd.
night.
Right.
Yeah,
Same place.
but again, Jonathan Lee just spoke up and said it's the 8th. So
Oh, it's
apparently,
the 8th. Okay.
we actually couldn't be more wrong by saying it's in the 20s or that
You're
it's
very
even in
wrong.
late October. Wow. I mean, we really tried to screw you people over really badly.
Big time. Big time.
I mean, everybody would have been showing up, were they? Well,
Right.
I'm sorry, it was actually on the 8th.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
who knew?
so speaking of Jonathan Lee, he actually won last night. So congratulations, Jonathan. As you will see him on stage on the 8th.
That
So
is
come out
correct.
to show some support, some love for him. He's a great actor, and also just filmmaker, writer, script writer. So dope.
He his invisible purple dog attacked me, and I'm just going to say that just got too real for me.
That was hilarious.
I was going to kill that thing. I mean, it was getting a little too real,
It was like,
I mean, I'm just saying, a little too real. I didn't appreciate that dog.
yeah.
I'm just saying.
Oh, and then what about everybody's Trump impressions?
Oh,
That
and it was
was
really
pretty
all
funny.
because, and wasn't that Jonathan Lee scene?
Yeah, because he was the president, but he had like hand mittens on, like oven mittens, trying to text Putin.
While he was touring a meat factory.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, man.
So bad.
Oh. But then we all did a Trump impression. Yeah, I know your dog didn't like cops. See, look, okay, put that back up there. Okay, look at his picture. It's as if he's laughing while he's saying, well, he didn't like, I mean, look at the picture. It's like, yeah, he didn't like cops. Yeah, okay. I see what you're doing. I see that.
Funny.
I see
Too
that.
funny.
Oh, way too many constraints. Yeah. Oh, on the yes. Sometimes there were.
Right.
We take them as they come. Oh, so anyway, we'll move on. But ladies and gentlemen, don't fret. As Jonathan reminded us, it's on October 8th.
Mm-hmm.
Tickets are $10. You'll probably see us like advertising as we get closer, where you can get tickets online and you can come over and you can see a show. You can see an hour and a half, actually more like 2 hour show for $10. You'll laugh. You'll have a great time that evening. Where else can you do it? Come on. Really?
Excellent. That's true.
All right.
So let's move on to fire eating Chris strikes again, as if it's like the news. Like in other news today, we found out that
I know, right?
Christ, but fire eating Chris strikes again. Eating hellfire.
Yeah, right?
So
yeah.
All right, Chris. So what happened with that, man?
I spent another nice Friday night eating fire for everybody at the Evendale Cultural Arts Center. It was the big arts party. There was, oh my God, there was an art exhibit in the upstairs of the building from local artist Jimmy Jones. If you guys have never seen his work, look him up. He is outstanding. And he decided that he didn't want to have a show of just his own works. Yep. He invited a whole bunch of other artists on board to show off their work. I mean, it was great. He even had C.F. Payne, which is a world-renowned artist and illustrator, show his works too. He was there on Friday night. It was an awesome night. And then outside, we had all kinds of music. We had all this stuff going on. And then once again, I did fire eating. I walked around and I ate fire for people. I blew some flames and stuff like that. I actually met a really cool guy that night who works for the Cincinnati Circus. This is what he does for a living. Yeah. And what I thought was so great was he and I, and you rarely get to do this, but he and I were just standing there comparing notes about performances and eating fire and this is and that's and magic tricks and stuff like that. It was a great evening. This event is always usually it's always in the first like weekend of August, like right around there. Wonderful event. I had a great time. Oh, I did do one thing though. I went out to the street um, because where that building is, it's on the corner of Glendale, Milford, and Reading. So for those of you who are not familiar with that, that's a major crossway right there.
Right.
And what I decided to do was I lit a couple of torches and I walked out into the street. I was waving my torches around and I was waiting for the cars to come through on a green light. And right as soon as they came to a green, so right as soon as they started coming by from the green light, I'd point at them and then I started eating fire in front of all the cars. And I noticed a couple of them sped up a little bit.
We don't like them people in our part of town.
And then there was a part of me that was laughing because I could hear the conversation inside, hey, look, the guy's eating fire. Don't look at the guy eating fire. In fact, roll up your window, roll it up.
Lock the doors.
Yeah, lock your door. But yeah, a couple of cars, like I actually heard their gas hit it. It's like, right. It's like, well, I was just out there trying to show people what they were missing.
So let's talk about this eating fire thing that you do. So many questions, so little time, but let's just jump right in.
Yeah.
Why and what made you want to start eating fire?
So, my day job has always usually been, before now I work in historic museums and historic sites. And when I was growing up, I used to work at this living history site. It was an 1840s living history farm when I was growing up. I worked there through high school and early college. Okay. And every year we'd have this big event and the higher ups would bring in entertainment, like period appropriate entertainment to the 1840s. They'd bring in like big name acts from Jamestown, from Williamsburg, the Blue Monkey Sideshow from Indianapolis, and everybody would come here and they were doing all these really great sideshow stuff. Well, I was a plowboy. So here I am on the farting end of a horse, pushing a plow. Nobody wants to see that. Not when they're over there doing, what they're doing. So after yes, Kelly, you started early. So after a few years, I decided that I wanted to learn how to do it myself. Okay. So I sought out the advice of someone who told me years ago to never let anyone tell you who taught you to do it. And I said, okay. I will say he was a great entertainer. And he was in retirement by the time that I got to talk to him. And from there, I actually started my own traveling sideshow. And it was called Zeno's Carnival of Culture. We did, and I taught everybody how to do the geek tricks. So like, I taught my wife, Sue, how to walk on broken glass. I taught other people how to have stones broken over you. So we did all this stuff. We even had a flea circus. We would do the ending scene of Macbeth when we chop off the usurper's head. We did all this fun stuff. And it was always like a 20-minute to a half-hour show. And I did that show for 6 years, maybe, I think.
Wow.
5 or 6. We had incoming and outgoing performers. We also had a puppet show. We actually had period appropriate puppets to like the mid-19th century. And it was great. And it was great fun. And I had learned how to eat fire just to do those shows.
Just to do those shows, and you were
just to do those shows.
Wow. So so was it hard, difficult, or
yes.
you just or you have like this fear factor that is like this small, like you don't have that much fear?
No, one of my phobias is actually flames. So you've got to get over it, and that's I think what I enjoyed about it is that you learn to work through a fear,
right?
And if you're doing it correctly. And you're taking all the precautions that you're supposed to, and you're paying attention. God, you always got to pay attention to exactly what you're doing when you're doing it. And if you can do all those things and make it work, boom, you're successful. And you just work through that.
Right. So you said that you got to pay attention.
Somebody a few years ago asked.
No, go ahead. What did you say?
Oh no, I was just saying that somebody a few years ago asked me, if I had any advice to give to them. They were going off, graduated from high school, they're going off. And I said, yes, learn how to do something dangerous and learn how to do it really well. And everything else is obtainable.
That's true. That's good advice.
So,
Great advice.
So I learned how to do that. And I do it really well, because knock on wood, there's some wood right here. I haven't set I set my beard on fire one time.
But it quickly went out. I'm sure you were like, and it was over. It was like, woo.
No, I didn't even know. So I had grown out my goatee, right? And it was a windy day, and I was trying to get people over to the tent where we were going to do our show. So I was like eating fire and stuff like that, and the wind caught it and ran the flame that way. And I'm standing there like this, and I looked across, and my wife was standing 20 feet from me, and her eyes just got like biggest plates. And she's looking at me and she's doing this. And about that, I could smell it, and it was smoldering. It wasn't on fire. It was just smoldering up. And I was like, holy crap. So one of the things that that we used to get when we do a show was they would have to pay for our motel rooms. I would say hotel. They're not going to spring for a hotel room. Nope. You're going to be staying in a Super 8, buddy. When you do side shows, you're staying in a Super 8. So on our way to this Super 8, I pulled over to a Walgreens so I could get some scissors because I actually had to trim my beard in the bathroom because part of it was singed off. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So by the next day, nobody knew. Nobody knew.
Yeah. And you were like, that would never happen again. Like, you're going to be extra cautious now, like, of the wind.
Yeah.
And how it blows.
Yeah. I'm not so, I'm not so glib when it comes to, it's just wind. No. In fact, it was kind of windy last Friday night. There was a little bit of wind. It singed a little bit of my mustache down.
Dangerous. And for those who are watching, everybody who's watching, do not try this at home.
Don't try that at home.
Don't try it at work. Don't try it, period. Like go get a professional to teach you. Find one to teach you.
Well, I'm not going to teach you. You set yourself on fire. I don't want to have anything to do with it.
Nope, not at all.
I am not going to have anything to do with it. And in fact, I can guarantee you that's why that guy who taught me how to do it was like, you're never going to tell anyone who taught you how to do this. Ever.
Right.
And I'm like, nope, I won't. Nope. But he was really, really good. I learned from the best. I learned all kinds of tricks from that guy. I learned a lot of tricks. I used to do indoor shows at certain bars and stuff like that. And I would learn, there were just some things that I learned how to do. I used to be able to sustain a flame on my tongue and be able to light someone's cigarette by the flame.
That's nuts.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Oh, my wilder younger days.
Yeah. The Magic Chris show.
Yeah, right?
Or the the magical wildlife of Chris.
Yeah,
sounds
there
like
you
a
go.
Book.
Uh-oh. Is it her? Is that her?
Yes, it is.
I don't know because she's on mute. Yeah, you are.
There we go.
There we go.
Hi, guys.
What's up?
I'm sorry I've been the rogue Slanted Brow member.
It's all good.
You look like you're in the car. Where are you?
I am. Undisclosed location. Don't ask any questions.
Okay, so honk.
I want you to stay safe. I want your life to stay, simple. G14 classified location.
There
How
you
are
go.
you guys doing?
Good.
We're doing good. We're doing good.
So what y'all been chopping it up about?
So
we're talking about the show we did.
Oh my gosh. I saw pictures and I was like, oh my goodness. I so wish that
Yeah.
I had been in the building.
Oh,
Actually, I think Jonathan Lee actually posted a video. I think he's like the only person that did
Oh,
it.
I haven't seen the video.
he has video.
Yeah, he posted
Yeah.
one.
Mm,
You know
I
what?
know.
You're right. I remember looking out and seeing someone holding the camera up, like you know how it is, like in the
There
little
was
movies
more
where
than
it'd be like,
one.
don't like don't be this
like the
guy in the
bootleg.
theater. Yeah, the
Yeah.
bootleggers.
Yep. Mhm.
Bootlegger's like, man, I had this ready for you in 5 minutes for $10.
Mhm.
It
Yep.
just
Oh
came
my
out.
gosh, I'm super proud of you guys. And I know you all had a wonderful time.
Oh yeah.
It was a good time. And then we talked about eating fire last Friday.
Yep.
But there is one thing somebody ate
Oh
that we have
gosh.
not talked
Wait,
about.
so V really did eat fire.
Oh, I
didn't
do.
eat fire. Chris ate fire.
Oh, okay. I thought V did, and I'm like, oh, okay. So we got new hobbies and tricks and wow. Chris, how was that not recorded or pictures? How? Why do you keep doing that to us?
I have pictures of me eating fire. I can share them.
I'm starting to think it's like not a thing.
You don't think it's real?
Did that peer pressure work?
Yeah. I don't think it's real.
I don't
Well,
think
you know what? We were talking about maybe for Halloween night we could do some kind of a live stream on Halloween night. So if we do that, I think Halloween night would be a great time for me to get the old torches out.
So time out. So will we all be together in the same place live?
We haven't really discussed it.
Yeah. We'll figure that out. We'll figure
I'm
it out.
kind of like the honorary member because I missed the last two. So I guess you guys will let me know what you all decide in the boardroom.
Girl, get out of here.
We have a boardroom. We have a boardroom, by the way.
We do.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. Spiders, hot sauce, and shine.
Ew.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Okay, so let's talk about this whole tarantula. No, let's talk about this whole birthday party weekend that we had.
And it wasn't just my birthday party. Now,
okay, it wasn't just his birthday party.
It was. So I wanted to have a party for like my whole family to make up for the birthday parties that we couldn't have the year before. So I thought, man, wouldn't it be great if I had just like this big party, you know, and Adrian can invite his friends and have things that he likes, and Sue can do the same, and I can do the same, and we'll just start it at noon, and it could just be an open house. Ladies and gentlemen, I partied for 12 hours. It was a 12-hour, yep, there's Kelly said it. I had a 12-hour party. The last person left at midnight.
What? You're a great host. Because round about 9:30, I'm like, don't you have something to do tomorrow? No, I'm playing.
12 hours of partying. I served up, the hamburgers. Krispy Kreme hamburgers.
And I had one for the first time ever.
Oh,
yes.
Man.
You had one, V?
Yeah.
Oh, man. They were awesome.
It was good.
Oh, crap, man. Those things were good.
That was never happening.
I went through 24 donuts just to do the burgers alone. We ran out of burgers. My sister, who's watching, had to actually run out to Kroger and buy some more hamburger patties because we ran out.
So wait, what goes on the burger? Is you just do it like a regular burger, or?
Yeah, well, so I had a burger, and then cheese, and then I put like a little bit of like a jalapeno red chili sauce jam on it to give it a little bit of spice. And then when we cut the donuts, we had it with the sticky side in, so that when you're holding the bun, you don't have to actually hold the burger. So you could just hold it like that.
Got you.
Yep.
Because I was wondering if there was going to be something like to offset the sweet. So that's where the spicy comes from. Nice.
Oh,
yeah, it was good.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
That sounds like an instant cavity burger, but I'm glad you guys enjoyed it.
Oh, it was an instant heart attack burger is what it was.
Oh,
and then,
sure.
and then, well, before we get into someone's kid who ate a tarantula,
my God. Like, she's the new superhero.
We had a hot sauce eating contest.
Who won?
And
Who won?
I don't
didn't.
even know. I don't know.
Oh, V
I don't
said
know.
he did it.
No, he didn't. He didn't make it through the last one.
I couldn't take it.
So
You made it up to the last one though.
Up to yes.
That's
it was
impressive.
it was 4 levels. I finished 3.
Oh, well, that's impressive. I mean, well, Chris said you don't win anything unless you do all 4, but I mean, that's impressive.
Oh, it was. It was difficult to explain. So you get to the first 2 were really not that bad, and in my defense, I'm probably not the best gauge
Why? Because you like spicy stuff.
Of what is spicy and then what's going to kill you. So I had these 2 sauces, and everybody's like,
man.
"This is great. These are tasty," you know. And I'm just not putting a little bit on a cracker. I'm like, dollop. Everybody gets a dollop.
No.
Yeah, Kelly was one
Oh,
of the
come
finalists.
on.
So I put a dollop. Everybody got a dollop, and then came
And a dollop is like this, folks. For those who do not know, that's a dollop. That's the size.
Like hot sauce number 1 was from Korea, and it was nice. Hot sauce number 2 was actually it was kind of fruity. It was actually really pleasant.
Yeah.
And
Kind of
then came this one, Bernard. Here it comes. There it is.
Oh no.
Yes.
Angry cock.
Now, to give you guys an idea
What?
of how much of the angry cock we took. And I haven't had any angry cock since then.
Oh my gosh.
But the level is down to here. And there were only maybe 5 of us?
I thought it was 6. Because well, no. Some people dropped off, didn't they?
Some people did. Now, this stuff, I'm actually going to throw it away after tonight. I have no use for this stuff. It had a flavor for like a half a second. And then after that, the pain set in.
Oh,
okay. I was going to say, like, what does it count?
And it was massive pain.
it
Oh
was.
no. Look at Chris remembering right now.
Oh man, it was. I was speechless at the time, and I knew that people were leaving the contest, including Bernard at that point. My son, who stuck with it, left at that point too.
Oh wow.
And then I knew we had one more, and I knew it was going to be even harsher. So we used this, which this has been shown on TV a few times.
The bomb.
The bomb.
Beyond insanity.
Oh no.
I put a dollop on a crack on every. Yes, my sister hates me now. I put dollops on whoever was left. It was Kelly. Maybe one other person. I don't know. And I'm standing there with my back to everybody, and I'm thinking to myself, "You're not going to eat it if you don't do it now." So I just like popped the cracker in my mouth, and I am not kidding you. Kids, don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. And I'm not advocating to do LSD. But man, what a trip I went on.
Okay, I'm like, where are you going with this?
Because I turned around and the pain was so intense and my eyes were just tearing up. I looked around and like everything was in slow motion at this point. I remember my sister saying, "Are we done?" And I was like, "Yeah." So I go into the house thinking,
oh my God.
Actually, I don't know what I was thinking. Should I get a cold beer, water, milk? I don't even know. I go in and I slowly look down and there's milk all over the floor. And that's when one of Adrian's friends looks at me and I swear to God, it sounds like in slow motion. "Hey, Adrian threw up on the floor.
Ew.
And I just looked down and I'm like, what? So
Oh no.
I look up and Adrian's just like tearing up and he's still got a glass of milk. And he looks at me and he says, I can't fit any more milk. And I mean, it's just, the whole thing was really
Oh
bad.
no.
It was
bad
bad.
trip. I mean,
Bad.
I cleaned up the milk off the floor and everything. And Adrian, like later, I walked up to Adrian and said, are you doing okay, buddy? And his eyes were just beat red. He says, I'll get over it. I went outside and sat with you, Bernard, for a while.
Yeah.
I had to go outside and set it off because in the course of all the tearing, you know, this hand was holding all the crackers. So after I put all Da Bomb on the crackers and I walked in, I did this.
Right next to the eye. Not on the eye. Just
not on the eye.
Just close enough.
I was lucky. So I sat on the back porch for a while and I waited that one out. I waited that one out. And Bernard, what happened while I was waiting it out and we were back there on the porch?
Well, I guess since we're on a hot sauce thing, before we get to the next thing, while you were waiting it out, my daughter also joined the hot sauce eating contest with her dad because she was like, I'm going to do it, which I was shocked. I was like, okay.
Right, she's like super picky. She doesn't eat everything.
Super picky. She doesn't like hot stuff. So I was super shocked that she was going to do it. And I thought that she was going to be like, you know what? I'm just joking. She takes the first one. The first one had a little bit of sting to it. And for me, and I'm looking at her and I'm like, okay, she's doing it. And she's going like, and so I'm like, all right, it went past. We get to the second one. Second one was nice, tasty. It was fruity or whatever. I'm looking at her. She's looking at me. We're like, well, it's not that bad. So we get the dollop of the third one.
The angry cock. Should I bring that back up?
Yes, just show the people.
Okay. Let me bring this back up here.
We get a dollop of the angry cock. And next thing you know, I'm looking at her and she's chewing this cracker. Her mouth is red and her eyes got so big. And she looked at me and she said, Dad, I can't. She's like, Dad, I can't finish this. And I'm looking at her. And at this point, it kicks in for me. So the pain that I'm feeling, I'm thinking to myself like, oh my God, my daughter is going through the same thing. And I told her, just spit it out. Spit it out. So she's looking for a garbage can. I'm looking for a garbage can. I'm like, just spit it in the bushes. So she spat it out in the bushes. And all I could think of was like, whatever poor insect or animal that comes by, it's going to instantly die from eating those crackers because it's just because the pain was that intense.
The animal murder.
Yes. And then all of a sudden, I was like, okay, this is gonna go by because I'm thinking about number 4 because I want to finish. I stopped thinking about number 4 because my mouth was hurting. She's going towards the milk. She's like, milk. I went to a tree just to lean up against a tree and just to try to gather my thoughts because I was thinking to myself, like, why is this intensifying? Folks, angry cock gets so hot in your mouth. It doesn't care for your life. It doesn't care for your kids. It doesn't care. All it cares about is itself. It is a selfish piece of hot sauce. And when I went to go get milk,
does not care.
Milk didn't help. I went inside. At this point, when I went inside, Adrian already had spat the milk out on the floor because his friends were telling me about it. I was like, Adrian spat milk on the floor. And I'm thinking like, okay, I don't care. Just give me some milk. Like, I just get this guy some milk. So I went ahead. I'm drinking milk and it's just stinging. And because you swallow it. So then I realized I got the bright idea was like, you know what? I just have to gargle this. So now I'm sitting there in the kitchen gargling milk. I'm like keeping the milk on my taste buds because my taste buds were singed and burnt. And I'm looking at my daughter and she's trying to do the same thing. And this went on, folks, for like 20 minutes. So flash forward, I'm sitting out there on the patio and here's come Chris. And Chris is like just waiting it out. We're just having this conversation. By this time, it is just now starting to calm down to where it was tolerable.
Oh yeah.
And meanwhile, Kelly is out there talking about, yeah, I finished and I won and everything. I'm thinking to myself, like, good for you, but I don't know how you did it, sister, because
she got through all 4.
She got through all 4.
Oh wow.
She is a beast.
Well,
got through all 4.
And you know,
Angry Cock doesn't care about you, your kids, your life.
Oh yeah, no, she's right. So a birthday cake in there was carrot cake, and the icing was cream cheese icing.
Yes.
And some people they were going over to the carrot cake and they were putting the cream cheese icing in their mouth to make the hot sauce go away.
Yep.
Oh my God.
It was bad, y'all. It was so
horrible.
It was so bad.
But like I was standing there and I thought, you know, because I had the last one to bomb. And yeah, Angry Cock was hurting. And I thought, well, I'm asking these people to eat this stuff. I mean, that is total dick move if I didn't do it. So I put some on a cracker and I'm just standing there and Sue's handing out the crackers and I'm like, just do it. Just do it now. And I popped it in and it's like instant regret. It was like instant it was like,
I believe it.
Yeah. I chewed as fast as I could. I was like wishing that I didn't have it on a cracker because the cracker made me have to chew it. And I was like, oh man, if I could just like swallow it down like a raw egg, then I wouldn't even have to chew it. You know?
Oh my God.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That was horrible.
So as Chris and I are having our talk and we're recovering, it's like we're like in an ICU recovery unit, and we're back there talking, and my daughter comes to sit down next to me. Now, to preface this correctly, there's a tarantula that was brought out.
Yep.
And Chris was like, before the hot sauce contest, yes, he was like, who wants to have a tarantula? And I've already, go ahead.
I had a leg.
Yep. So I did the same. I was like, let me go ahead and just break a leg off. It's a piece of a leg. I'll break that off. And then my daughter goes ahead, surprising me, and breaks off a leg, and she eats it. And so we're both all standing there chewing it. And I'm just like, oh, okay. Like, you know what? It wasn't what I thought it was going to be, but okay, cool. So flash forward past the hot sauce eating contest, and my daughter's sitting next to me, and she's like, Dad, can I get another piece of the tarantula? I was like, yeah, sure. So it's underneath this glass, like a cake dish in this glass. So I didn't want her to break it. So I walk over, I pick it up. She tears off a piece of the leg. Yeah, it was super fancy. And so she goes back the third time. By this time, everyone's like, you know what? Just eat the rest of it. The body of the tarantula, the body, the fangs, the head, the abdomen, and it was like 3 legs, I think, maybe attached to it.
Oh, I went in the house and the kids were all looking at me because they heard what was going on. I said, yeah, that girl out there is about to eat this tarantula. All the kids that were in that were playing video games, they all came out into the back porch. They're like, what?
Yeah. And so she's sitting there and
she was Miss Popular.
Yeah. And you know what? I wish I had video of it. I do have video of it, but I wish I had put it on the computer. So I have to play it for you guys next week. I promise to do that. But just to tell you the story, she went ahead and she put it in her mouth and she crunched away. And I looked at her and I thought to myself, I said, this is a strange little girl here. And I had the utmost respect for her. The utmost respect. She killed that tarantula.
So she ate the body, the fangs, and everything that was left. She ate it.
Ate it. Just put it in her mouth and crunched away and was smiling the whole time through. Yeah, like she was just like
crunch, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can hear it, man.
She was the last person I would have thought to have done that. For those who know Angela, yeah.
I would have to say,
like, do you want chicken nuggets, a burger, tarantula? What do you know?
A tarantula on the burger? Can I get a double cheese with bacon and tarantula, please?
And just say it casually, like, yeah, it's supposed to be that way.
It's supposed to be. with
No
the special
tarantula. What's wrong
sauce.
with you guys?
Yeah,
Right.
everybody serves tarantula. The heck, man.
Oh my gosh.
I would have to say that whole weekend goes down in the history books for me.
Same here.
Yeah,
Same here.
yeah.
It was beautiful. And I want to have more of those experiences in my lifetime. Like I didn't realize how much life I was missing until that weekend. Like literally, I'm like my life is a little too serious. Like I need to let my hair down a little bit more in more explorative manners instead of it just being the same old. Like, you know?
I want to eat a tarantula.
Yeah, live a little.
Nope.
I want to perform on stage as a drug dealer.
So here's the question, though. After eating the tarantula, here's the question.
Yeah.
After eating the tarantula, like when you went to go wake her up the next day, was she like on the ceiling, like, "Hey, Dad, I'm up here"? Just kind of wondering what the side effects for eating a tarantula would be. I mean,
Or maybe
I
did joke around with her. I did do that.
Did she get like superpowers? Like Spider-Man. Was she climbing up the walls and stuff?
Yeah. No, she wasn't doing any of that, but I was the one that was like, so now you got superpowers, and she was just like, "Dad, like, no." And I'm just like, okay, like I guess I'm becoming corny dad now. Cornball dad coming to you soon.
You know what?
Cornball dad pays all your bills. You better laugh at the corny jokes.
Yeah.
Right.
The last Friday night when I was eating fire, these two ladies were standing there. This gets back to the spider thing. And the one lady said, "Now, I know you won't tell people how you do it, but you could tell us, like, how did you learn how to eat fire? You can tell us." And I looked right at them straight face and I said, "When I was younger, I went on a field trip with my friends to this laboratory and I was bitten by this nuclear spider and it gave me all these kinds of weird powers, one of which is fire eating."
Oh,
and they just they stared at me. I stared at them. We had silence and then I walked away.
Oh, great, Chris. It's your party. You can lie if you want to.
Yeah, there you go. I was bit by a radioactive spider.
Yep.
I can also climb walls. Thwip, thwip, people.
Thwip.
While eating fire.
Oh.
Fun times. So speaking of more fun times, we are actually part of the Fright film competition.
Yes.
That had kicked off last week on the 3rd, and we have until October the 3rd to turn in a film. And I must say that the crew that we have is amazing. We have some heavy hitting people in our crew. And I'm sorry if other people who are watching this that are participating, try for second. That's cool too.
I'm not sorry.
Try
at all.
second.
Yeah, try for second. Like, but first is here. Like you're watching first place winners here.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yep.
So wait, you and Chris are on the same team, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
So Shakina, I will be reaching out to you.
To do what on a scary set?
Well, I'll say to be like my PA.
Oh, okay. I know how to do that. I did that before. So if you're asking me again, then must be or rumor has it I'm pretty good.
Rumor has it.
It's out there.
Rumor has it.
But we have a super duper dope idea of a story that we're working on. Hoping to get the script done soon and start shooting no later than September, the first weekend of September, possibly the second weekend of September, and scare your pants off.
So fun fact.
Okay.
And so is Andrea in this one too. I saw her with the.
She
is.
Fun fact. Let me tell you. She came and auditioned for my first completed play. She is. I didn't have to. She's like a natural.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. When I saw that she was there, I was like, oh, yep, good hands. She is dope.
She's good.
She was very fun to direct and just see her. Like, she's good. Really good. I was happy to see that.
Yeah. So you know that she was also in Super Just Super.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. So right. So yeah, she's really great in that. But she's also in the Fright film competition.
Yep.
Nice.
Part of that. Yeah. So she's gonna be casted once again.
Yeah, she's really good. That's a good one to have. I can't believe she wasn't already like a part of the whole, creative community. She's really good.
Yeah, me too. Well, she reached out to me, sadly, I will say. She reached out to me last year after seeing a short that I did with my daughter. And she was like, I want to work with you someday. And then I think it was COVID that kind of like really took everything off. And I wasn't being super creative and stuff like that. And now I'm like, you know what? I don't care anymore. Yeah, I'm like, you know what? We're just gonna go for it and be safe. So
nice.
Well, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be awesome.
I can't wait.
Oh, I think we covered it all, dude. I think we did it.
Yeah, we did.
Oh,
we did. So with that being said, we thank you all for watching, for tuning into the show. We will be back next week, same
that's
time.
a threat.
That is a threat. That is a threat. We will be back next week.
Yep.
Same time.
And guess what? If you have liked our page, even if you don't want to watch us and you happen to be on Facebook next week about this time and you're scrolling up and down, you're going to see us anyway.
Anyways.
You can't help but do it.
So come on and tune in and help us out.
You might as well.
And I won't be in a car next time.
And you won't be in a car next time.
This is so hood, but I'm like, I had to jump on. I couldn't not like y'all. Like I had to. So undisclosed location and all. I had to jump on. I had to see you guys.
It's good to have you back on.
Yep. Much love. All right, people.
All right. Well, bye, Kelly, to you too. Good night to everybody that's been watching. Everybody go out there and have an adventure this weekend. We don't care what it is.
Just sober adventure.
Don't hurt other people doing it.
Please.
Don't do like me. I was hurting other people.
Right. With angry cop.
Yes. I was hurting everybody. I was hurting everybody with my angry cop.
With my angry cop.
Yeah.